Go.
Yeah, firstly I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay my respects to elders past, present and future. And and to have the opportunity to talk here today. And myself, I'm a proud Gungari Cubby man from Mergen, and I'm Kane Brunjes. And I'm just going to probably talk about my journey from kind of the beginning to where I'm at now. And so this first photo is with all the other Murray fellas from school. And it's kind of where I got the passion to start and to paint, I guess. I wanted to find out more about who I was as a person, like who I am. And we'd paint, I guess, every Thursday afternoon. We'd just go in there, paint and listen to music. And we had another Murray artist, established artist around the region, and he'd come in and we'd just sit around, paint, and and so that's when I kind of got that drive to learn, I guess, learn about myself, my people, and where I come from.
Okay,
and,
what school's this?
Toowoomba Grammar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flash, bro.
Yeah.
Flash mob.
Yeah.
Keep that on the down low.
Yeah.
How do you get it to McGrammar?
Through Gallery.
Yeah.
So Waverley Stanley from Mergen, and he gives out scholarships to Indigenous youth all around Australia, opportunities to go to boarding schools across Australia from So
His sister Naomi, she works with us.
Oh, true.
Council.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Gorgeous family.
Yeah. So So I might go to the next photo. This next photo, that's there's a lot of the fellas I grew up with back in Mergen playing footy, and a lot of family there too. But to me, footy and art, they go hand in hand. And art, teaches me about life. Same with footy. You get out there on the field with your mates, your family, and you really learn who you are as a person, and both physically, mentally, and same with art. And I find that as a journey of learning and connecting. You go out there and you're with the team, and it's a good time. It's my two greatest passions in life. Three actually: family, art, and footy. And so that's that photo. And this next photo, this is Olivia Everett, and she actually introduced me to the public art scene. So she got me involved with a few projects back home, doing larger scale work with established artists. And so she had a lot of confidence in me to obviously do these projects with other people, and it's kind of led to where I am now, working with youth, kind of passing on what I know, and then obviously learning and continuing that journey. And this I think I forgot to upload one.
You can talk about it.
Yeah.
Describe the.
Well, through Olivia, I met another artist, Bronte Naylor, and she's from Toowoomba, and we did a large scale mural back in Mergen, and that was really special because it was kind of all about our hometown, and all the photos were from around Mergen. And I remember we got a photo of one of my best mates, and he's just up on the wall. And I remember seeing the design we'd created on Photoshop, and my heart started pumping, and I was like, wow, how are we going to do this? This is crazy. I didn't say that, I was just thinking it in my head. And then I was just thinking, I'll just give it my all, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least I gave it a go. And then, we nailed that project, and that gave me a lot of confidence to kind of push forward. And from the kindness of Olivia, then I met Bronte, and then through Bronte, this next project, she's like, this was last year, the part of the Brisbane Street Art Festival, and she said, you should apply, you might get a wall. And I was like, I didn't end up applying because I didn't think I had the work. And then she called me up, and she was like, I was at uni at the time, and she's like, I hope you don't mind, but I actually applied for you and you got a wall. So you're painting a wall at the Brisbane Street Art Festival. And I was like, sweet. And, I said, I was very appreciative. And because I'd only met Bronte and I'd only spent a week with her. And then she went out of her way to connect me. But she knew I was just moving to Brisbane because I was back in Mergen for a while. And she said, yeah, just go for it. And she gave me, obviously I learned a lot from that experience, and she gave me a few tips on how to tackle this project. And so that's that painting at the Urban Paradise Gallery. And through there I actually met Alethea and Dylan. They kind of, I was painting one afternoon, they come down, strolled down, and they said hello, introduced themselves, and they told me about Digi Youth Arts. And they asked if I wanted to be involved, and I was like, 100%. They told me what Digi Youth Arts were all about, and that's where I wanted my work to go. And from there, I kind of linked up and been involved with Digi Youth Arts ever since. Done projects, just through the kindness of people I've met. I've met people through the journey, and it's just, it's wonderful. So, and this next photo, it's pieces of pottery. So I do a lot of work with Baramba Pottery. It's a collective of artists from around Mergen and Cherbourg, and we paint at the ration shed there. And so I'll talk about that a bit more in the next couple of photos. But this image here is kind of where my work kind of started. I started off just painting my own journey, and I'd paint experiences I've had or feelings I've felt. And so this painting here is just, I had a day and I went out to the sunny coast there on country, Kabi country, and I just sat around, went to the river there, listened to some music, read a few books, some poetry and whatnot. A book that my uncle wrote, so it was quite nice. Got a haircut and all that. And it's just it was a good day. And
Real art.
yeah.
On camera.
Yeah. And so that day was on a Wednesday, and I got home that night and I laid in bed, and I was just thinking, that was a perfect day. It not much happened, but it was just a nice day. And the next day I was in the studio out at Cherbourg, and I was just thinking, I started painting. I didn't know what I was going to paint. Started painting, and I was thinking, why don't I paint yesterday? And so it's got like, if you look right in the middle, it's got Wednesday with a bit of Thursday. And that's kind of, started off painting the Thursday, but then I went back to the Wednesday and just painted the journey of that day. But and I think I've kind of just recently started doing, with this next photo, started writing a bit of poetry. And that's just influences, I guess, same as my art practice, through the through experiences I've had or through ideas. And so I really, now I'm kind of jamming the two together, trying to influence my art with my poetry, sometimes letting my poetry guide my art, or vice versa. And I find writing's just a nice form of expression too, and really appreciate it. So, and this next photo, this is my first solo exhibition. This is at the First Coat Studios. So again, with the mob from Toowoomba, Bronte, and hooked me all up with all this. And that's all my family there, all my aunties, my father, my brothers, a few of my good mates there at the back, and my niece. And I just really love this photo because throughout my whole journey, my family and my friends have been my biggest supporters. I kind of bit all over the place, so whenever I go back home, there's nothing but love from my mates and all my footy mates. I go back and have a game of footy just to find that connection again, reconnect, and they really love what I'm doing, and that makes it all that much easier. And really appreciate that.
Is that photo, the interior one, is that you up in
Sorry, I
Toowoomba.
can't hear you, brother. Can you speak up a bit, please?
Is that up in Toowoomba or is that up in Sherbrooke?
Yeah, that one there is in Toowoomba.
Toowoomba.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all my family
Did
friends.
your mobs come over from Sherbrooke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they brought hard over, or they're just checking your new stuff out?
Yeah, they were just checking my stuff
good
out.
on
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah. So it was
You're
really
going to
nice.
sell all this, like this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one to that one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and this next photo, this is just a few friends from uni. I just not at uni anymore, but I find that's I would have been in Mergen right now. I wouldn't have been here, but I kind of got pushed to go to uni, and it brought me to Brisbane. And although I didn't do that, it's brought me here, and I'm here. So I find that's a very pivotal moment in my journey, just because it's brought me back here. And,
Okay, what were you studying?
visual arts,
Okay.
but
Down at QCA or something?
no, at QUT.
QUT.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm hoping to switch into QCA next
Yeah,
year.
Find your place.
Yeah. So it's all about, I guess, yeah. And this next project, this is actually with Digi Youth Arts, and I really love this project. Was really close to heart because it was painted on Cubby country, and we had talk from traditional owners of the area, and we had a soundscape, and we responded to that, and it was really nice painting in a festival setting. You know, we painted right by the creek, and it was quite, it was something special. It felt really good painting back on country and expressing that story through the visual form. It was really something special, and to be there with all that mob too is just it was a really nice time, and it's actually I found it really cool. You know, for our paint water would go down to the creek, would sweep up some water, and that'd be our water for the day to mix the paints. And it was quite nice because I remember painting and I could, the water was on the wall and we were painting a story that was coming back to the land. So that was something special. Yeah.
And where was this work?
That was at the Jungle Love Festival.
At the Jungle Love?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So with Digi Youth Arts.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's up the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, Sunshine Coast. Yeah. And this next photo also with Digi Youth Arts, but I find this one really special because we went out to Kalamala. So this is we worked with some of the youth there, but that was because that's where kind of I vision myself working with youth, working with others, and to tell, I guess, to work together and express what we've got to express, what the people, and so with this piece here, it's obviously just in the works, but we worked with a few youth. We had got their ideas. We talked to community, heard what community had to say, a few uncles, a few aunties from out at Kalamala, and that's actually, I actually didn't know at the time, but that's actually my uncle there in the middle, Uncle Herb Warden. That's out close to Gungari country. That's where out at Mitchell Way. So it's actually a funny story. I was driving out, and I was like, I seen a sign that said Mitchell. I was like, well, this is country, and I was driving through, and I was looking, just appreciating everything, and then I ended up at the Yamba there, and I walked in, and that's where I learned a lot more about myself, and I'm hoping to go back and to keep learning. But that was quite freaky. It just happened by chance. So driving through country and ended up there. So
And that work is finished behind you?
no, that's the progress picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. So so that was really quite nice. And this next photo, this is my that's my mother and my two brothers. So Christine, Lehman, and Lyndon. And I don't know, I just got that in there because I feel like throughout my whole journey, I'm just being guided, and I feel like that's my mother. So and I feel that connection, and so and then my brother's there, and it just seems like a nice happy photo. So. And that's that's life, I guess. Yeah. And this last photo, This is actually Waverley Stanley, and my mother. Yeah, and they were school captains at the Mergen Primary School. I found that really weird because Waverley gifted me the opportunity to go to Toowoomba Grammar, and here they were like growing up together, and and Mergen. I didn't know that until I seen the photo, because mother passed when I was quite young, but I always hear stories, and I love that photo. When I seen it, I was like, it was always wild. But that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm just gonna continue learning, and continue working with others, and just trying to see what happens, I guess.
And where's your work? This in Shared Connections?
In George Street.
Irish Lane.
Irish Lane, yeah. So it's up there. And that was wild, and I just keep meeting awesome people like Amanda, Troy, and it just keeps, it's amazing. And really appreciative.
And do you want to talk a little bit about your tea towel as well?
Yeah. So this piece here, I actually used that for that mural that I was talking about before with the collaboration at Mergen, and it was just influenced. I painted that on Waka Waka country, and I just painted. I just tried to get the feeling of the place I was at the time, and so these are it's meant to represent the land with the mountains there, and the just the land really, and it's meant to be the sky. And it was really quite cool when we put it up. We painted. We actually put one on each side, and it was like and it looked like there was like lungs on the. If you look at it, it looks like it'd be lungs. Like you wouldn't actually think it's this, and it was just a nice interpretation. Someone come up and they're like, "Oh, that looks like lungs," and it was just an interpretation of the country. So
the country's breathing.
Yeah. So that's another cool thing. But thanks for listening, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.